Gita chapter 6, verse 21. The yogi never moves away from a reality in which he feels that supreme and transcendental bliss, while his intellect remains fully vacant and established. Gita chapter 6, verse 22. Having gained which he counts no other gain as a higher, established in which he is not moved even by the great sorrow. The continuity is there in all the situations of the life. Either the pleasure or sorrow moment, they have their behavior in the same way. Gita chapter 6, verse 23. Let it be known that the severance from the union with pain is yoga. This yoga should be practiced with determinations and with a mind steady and undespairing. There should be no deviations of the mind level when you practicing the yoga as a yogi. Gita chapter 6, verse 24. Abandoning without reserve all desire born of sankalp and completely restraining the whole group of senses by the mind from all sides. Gita chapter 6, verse 25. Gradually, step by step, with mind firmly fixed, he should gradually attain tranquility. Thereafter, fixing the mind in the self alone, he should not think of anything else. And that is the proper positioning of the mind of a yogi should be always there in the steady state of mindset. Gita chapter 6, verse 26. From whatever cause the restless and the unsteady mind wanders away from that, let him restrain it and bring it back under the control of the self alone. Gita chapter 6, verse 27. The yogi with a calm mind, whose passions are subdued and who is without sin, attains great happiness and becomes one with Brahma, and that is Supreme God. Gita chapter 6, verse 28. The yogi who is sinless, thus connecting his soul with the Almighty Supreme God, easily enjoys the highest stage of perfect happiness of contact with Brahma, that is Supreme God. Gita chapter 6, verse 29. With a mind harmonized by yoga, he sees the self abiding in all being and all being in the self. He sees the same everywhere. There is no difference because the Almighty is everywhere. Gita chapter 6, verse 30. He who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, he never gets separated from me, nor do I get separated from him. So consider Almighty everywhere. He is inside you, he is outside you. You are the part of that Almighty, and Almighty is your part. What Sri Krishna trying to convince Arjuna here in the chapter 6, verse 30.